I've been thinking all night what I'm gonna do to make it right. I'm gonna get some candy, and when my mind gets to going all kinds of places, and I just don't know what I'm gonna say. Give me the candy, it's so sweet. Gotta pick up the tree. It's like a lot of things wrapped up into one. And science did have some fun.
Welcome to the sweet spot.
Oh, yeah.
Where sweet things said just keep it hot. Just keep it hot, 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 hot. Welcome to the sweet spot.
Come on, get it spicy.
Just keep it hot.
Just keep it hot.
Just keep it hot, hot, hot.
Now my store hours are from 9 to 5. I don't want nobody getting me confused. I don't want you come too soon. 'Cause what I got will suit you.
Welcome to ExRaged No Justice. I am your host, Kimberly Trapani. We are live and we are super privileged to have the band members Funkalious on air. Welcome, Shelly Bird, you go by, and Freddie Sweet.
Hey.
Hello.
So how's the weather in California today?
Oh, go ahead, Chill. Hello? Is your phone is muted? Can you hear Kimberly, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Freddie.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, Shelly. Welcome.
Okay.
This is such a great Friday.
Yes, the weather is excellent today. It's like 75 today. No rain in sight. So it's a real beautiful day. The sun is shining.
Can you tell me a little bit about Freddie and Shelly? Tell me about how you two met.
Well, we met within the heavens.
Look, I was a twinkle in your eye, huh, Dad?
She was a twinkle in my eye. Showbird is my daughter, and she's been singing since she arrived on this planet, singing and dancing. And she when she got older, she was in school. She was a dancer in school. She was in the musical. She was in choir. She was in all of that. But I never would have dreamed that she wanted to come sing with me. So they've been around me ever since I first started professionally. They were kids, but they loved every bit of it because they got a chance to go to a lot of different events and meet a lot of people. And then as time went on, we needed help singing. So I asked her, I said, would you like to sing with Dad? And she was like, of course, Dad, I'd love to sing with you. And she's been with us ever since.
This is a family business in more ways than one. Can you tell me about the band? I've had you on the show before, but for the audience that is watching that may not necessarily know what Funkalious means and what the genre is, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Go ahead, Shell.
Well, Funkalious basically is trying to keep funk music alive, and with a modern day twist on the music as well. So we are bridging the gap between the older generation and the young generation and keeping funk alive, and trying to make sure that it's a lasting genre for people to listen to, because it was kind of getting lost for a little bit there, and so we keep it going, and people that haven't really heard of funk get to hear it through us, through different events that we do. And two, we bring our presentation with our outfits and our crazy hats and, crazy sunglasses and hip things that we bring to the table in our dances. So basically, we bring not just the music, but a whole wardrobe and dance, for people to see that funk really is still alive, So.
Absolutely and definitely. And Freddie and I have talked before on air, your dad, and we've talked about the costumes, how he makes the costumes. Who has the best costume in the whole band?
Well, I'm gonna give him the props, but I'm kind of catching up to him, so he got some competition. So
yeah, and this is one of my newest one I have on right now. This is one of my newest creations. We have in our band, our motto is everybody in the band's a star. There's not one star in a band. So when we first created the costumes, it was the three of us, me, Jesse, and Jerry. But we made it a point that we wanted everybody to stand out in their own way. So we gave everybody an opportunity to come up with their own identity. I'm hoping that a couple of other band members can come on so they can kind of tell their story as well. So Shellbird, her identity is basically like an angel. So she has feathers. And so everybody have a different thing. Like George, our late keyboard player George Malone.
Well, more like a bird, yeah.
Okay,
more like a bird, like a singing bird, like a singing bird.
Okay. Well, excuse me.
Shellbird, do you have special powers?
Actually, I also do sound baths, so I would say, yeah, I help people with meditation. So, yeah, so but I picked Shellbird too because I thought of a singing bird, and I like to sing, so the feathers just fit with that. So I try to wear feathers stage with it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the question that you asked, who has the best costume? Of course, me.
I love the hat. It's so furry, and I just want to touch it.
Yeah, look, you can't. There's diamonds in it. I haven't finished it. I got to finish the back, but I try to come up with something different. This hat is not like any of the other hats that I've made. God just giving you vision, and I just make them, And I tried. I have a little signature design that I made on my own, so people can look at it and they're trying to figure it out. They can't figure it out. But most of my hats I have in the secret area where. But no, we all have a motto of everybody in the band's a star. Not one person or one woman left behind. We like having fun. When we hit the stage, we set the stage on fire. When we leave the stage, we leave it smoldering. So our whole thing is about fun and love, and a lot of our audience, believe it or not, when we perform, the kids just go insane. It's really something special.
Yes, and absolutely. And I'm just going to roll your song from start to finish right now, while we're giving the other band members an opportunity to come on air. But I want to start with Keep It Hot, and we'll go from there. Let's just pause and listen to the song.
Okay.
I've been thinking all night what I'm gonna do to make some candy. And when my mind gets to going all kinds of places, and I just don't know what I'm gonna taste. Give me the candy. It's so sweet. Gotta pick up the tree. Yeah, it's like a lot of things wrapped up into one. Anxiety to have some fun.
Welcome to the sweet spot.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet peas and just keep it hot. Just keep it hot. Welcome to the sweet spot.
Come on, get it spicy.
Just keep it hot.
Just keep it hot.
Just keep it hot.
Now my store hours are from 9 to 5. I don't want nobody getting me confused. I don't want you come too soon. 'Cause what I got will suit you. Let me take what you want. Getting from the same. Wanna get it up on don't in the me. It's a tender as can be. All I ever wanted was hunger for you to. All you got to do is keep it hot. Everybody say.
Welcome to the sweet spot. Sweet peas and just keep it hot. Just keep it hot.
Just keep it hot, lady.
Welcome to the sweet spot.
That's all I said.
Just keep it hot.
Baby,
Just keep it hot. Welcome to the sweet spot.
I said just keep it hot. Baby, just keep it hot.
Welcome to the sweet spot. Just keep it hot. Just keep it hot.
My baby.
Welcome to the sweet spot. Sweet peas and just keep it hot. Just keep it hot. Welcome to the sweet spot. Sweet peas and just keep it hot.
Just keep it hot.
Just keep it hot.
You want some candy? I got all kind of candy. All kind of candy. I got raspberry. I got strawberry.
I just want to move my head.
I got grape. I got all.
Like Freddie does on
chocolate candy. You want to have some of the candy? You got to be some candy. You got the Molly red hot. Everybody say.
Welcome to the sweet spot.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet peas and just keep it hot.
Just keep it hot.
Just keep it hot. Welcome to the sweet spot. Sweet peas and just keep it hot. Just keep it hot. Welcome to the sweet spot. Sweet peas and just keep it hot. Just keep it hot. Welcome to the sweet spot. Sweet peas and just keep it hot. Just keep it hot.
That's Keep It Hot. And Freddie, tell me, when was that song composed?
You said when or where?
When?
Oh, it was. We actually did that song. We wrote that song during the pandemic, believe it or not. During the pandemic, we wrote it. We have, like I said, in our category, in our library, we have 250 finished songs. And that song, when I wrote it, when we wrote it, we were thinking about we got to keep moving, we got to keep reveling, we got to stay hot, and so
Yeah.
that's what we came up.
Really hot. When
Yeah,
I think
thank
of hot, I think of good looking,
Yeah, so
sexy. You
thank
know.
you. Yeah, so we came up with that, and then believe it or not, that was one of our newer songs. But we had already had other songs, but we were like, you know what, we need to put this one on our album. We need to put this.
Absolutely, indefinitely. Tell me about what goes into composing a song. Does the band get together and huddle? Do people give you ideas when you write? How does that work?
Yeah, it in all of that facets. We can be in the car. We can be driving in the car, and just the idea come up. You know, it's many different ways how how that works. You know, you can be sitting in the car and somebody might hear something and you know what, I need to write this down or I need to record this melody in my phone so I won't forget it. So it's all of those different elements that we come up with the songs, and the whole thing about it is being creative and taking it out of the air, because
Yeah.
that's where a lot of the spontaneous songs come from. You know, sometimes you can be walking down the street going to get some chicken or something. I don't know, but you get different ideas hit you like that.
We have a
So,
visitor. Welcome.
Hey,
Hello to
you
X-Ray
in
No
the house.
chocolate chew.
It's not no true. I'm not true Baka, nobody. So, how you doing?
You're live. I'm Kimberly Trapani. I am your host of ExRaged No Justice. It's nice to meet you. Can you tell me about your role in Funkalicious?
Well, I'm the music director. Basically, I'm just making sure that everything is right musically. Um, Making sure everyone, basically learn the songs, and if we have a special type of arrangement or whatever, making sure that that is taken care of, basically.
Okay, and it's chocolate.
Yeah,
Cute.
chocolate Q. Yes. When
Wow.
it gets hot, I melt.
That is I
So how you doing?
love my chocolate.
Yeah, like I say, I'll have you licking your fingers.
We just rolled keep it hot. And I said, when I keep it hot, it's sexy. It's good looking.
Right.
It's enticing. Can you tell me a little bit about, as a band, what goes into a performance from start to finish? Walk me through that process.
Basically, the band is about having fun. I mean, we're a spiritual band. We're about having fun. Just basically making sure that, I mean, it's what's going on in the world is it's just so much negative and so much violence. I mean, everybody is hating each other. I mean, the world is just not a good place at this time. But we try to, when we perform, show people love, that life can be fun, basically, and basically we need to start loving each other, and that's what the band is about, showing love and through funk and music, basically. But as we rehearse, um, a lot of times it's not easy putting a show together because you have to think about basically not only that you want to present a a showmanship type of show. You want people to see that we are having fun on stage. We are projecting a energy of love, and it's sometimes to do that. Sometimes it can be difficult, basically. Um,
Absolutely and definitely. And you bring up a very good point, which leads me into my next question. Let's talk about mental health just for a few minutes. We have over 50 million people with mental health disorders. How do you inspire your audience if they're going through something?
Well, our motto our motto is that of being positive and send out positive the energy that's positive
I need to wear my funk glasses.
reflects from us, and we know a lot of people that have that issue. I have a friend of mine right now that's dealing with some of that, and
Mhm.
believe it or not, I hadn't seen him in years. We go to the same church, and I haven't seen. I might run into him in the supermarket down here. And one day we just started talking, And by me talking to him and asked him, I don't see you and your wife at church anymore, and he said to me, he said, Freddie, he said, every time I talk to you, you always make me feel good because you have a positive energy with you. And I said, my whole band has the same thing. So I said, well, why don't you come back to church? And he said, you know what? I'll think about it. But that Sunday, he showed up in church and he's been there ever since. And he told me that just by him coming back to church, it helped him out a lot mentally, because he said that he was kind of lost. Like I said, with us, we wherever we go, we like Jerry said, we try to give love, and it shows on stage because the people are out there, and the little kids, like I said, they're out there killing it, having a ball, just enjoying themselves. From toddlers that just learn how to walk, they're out there dancing, and till the elderly. Our whole motto is to touch people of all ages, not just one, type of people. How some people, well, no, that they're too old, or no, they're too young. No, music has no limits. It has no age, no generational genres. We come from a type of music that touches people's souls. So
Absolutely and definitely. And in quoting the article, Music's Power Over Our Brains, an article from the American Psychological Association,
mhm.
there was a study done called South Health on how music affects brain. And this study concluded a statistically significant impact on people's self-reported mental health with music,
Yes.
including depression and anxiety. The study concluded, and I quote Harvard reports as well, with music being 68% of increasing moods and increasing in academic ability. Have you ever considered as a band with the studies showing that it can increase mood and increase the individual's brain and physical health, music therapy?
Yes. I feel that. Um, well, I'm gonna tell you a story. A while back, I was working at a job, basically. Um, I met this one guy. His name was Sean. Sean didn't have any kids, but Sean had a niece that was artistic, basically. So me and Sean talked about it, and I told Sean, I said, Sean, what helped me as a kid, basically, um, music would help her actually be able to learn and function. I said music would probably help her, and I had a child violin, basically. It's real old. It didn't have strings on it, but it did have a bow, basically. And I went to work and I gave it to him, and I told him, you need to give this to your niece, and you guys go get her violin lessons, basically. And he was very grateful. I mean, he thanked me and everything. Unfortunately, I was let go, so I don't know what was the results of that. But my thing was, m- if you have someone who's struggling mentally, um, a lot of times music, if you teach them a musical instrument, basically, it can help them get through the rough times, basically. I mean, for me, it really helped me get through a lot of things, basically. And I think music overall, I mean, instead of going to war, maybe we should send in maybe a band or two to soothe the people. I don't know, but music always um, just bring things and make things more peaceful, basically. And I think that's the problem with the world today, as far as mental health and people just being unhappy and depressed. A lot of times it just what Fred was saying. A lot of times it just take just talking to somebody, just asking them how they're doing, basically. How's their day? And some people
Absolutely.
will respond to that. And I feel that we are running around doing so much for ourselves. We just don't go to just another human being and just say, "Oh, hey, hi, how you doing? Good evening." Or we don't even greet each other anymore. So a lot of times that can be that little seed of you just saying hi to somebody and telling them that God loves you and just lifting them up. That can basically
Yes,
make somebody's day.
absolutely. And I wanted to address acts of human kindness and how we as artists are helping people together. And you made a great point. We got to stop talking through robots so much and start getting back to humanism. And with a mental health disorder in America, and we're learning how people with autism are talking through robots now to communicate. It's pretty loaded, and we could just sit down and get back to simple common sense, which is music and art therapy and helping the world calm down a little bit. But everything has to be 3 times harder now in today's world than it needs to be. And it's really a good point, and I appreciate that point. Just sit tight. We're going to take a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to dive a little deeper into Funkalicious and the characters we have and what the upcoming projects are. Stay tuned.
They can see.
Hello, my name is Maria Perez. I am from San Antonio, Texas. 34 years ago, I was a victim of human trafficking.
Hello, I'm Brian Shreve from Texas. As a previous probation and parole officer who supervised the most violent and repeated sex offenders in Florida and in Texas, human trafficking continues to this day as one of the most heinous crimes of modern day society.
I'm Kimberly Trapani, all-consuming film.
Right now, traffics are robbing a staggering 24.9 million people of their freedom and basic human dignity. That's roughly 3 times the population of New York City.
They can see. They can feel. J. Money Talks.
They did call the police, but the police declined to file a report. They didn't do anything. They listened to the story and said, well, there's nothing we can do for you. Although she was 4, she's actually very petite for her age, so she could have passed for a 2-year-old, and that makes it even worse. As far as I'm concerned, they're trying to take a child that they think won't even put up a fight.
went along with him. And the area was not appropriate for any good woman to be at. It was more of a men's bar. When I saw him opening the trunk, I didn't want to get off. I didn't want to leave from that area. I just wanted to stay stuck in my seat. And he says, get off the vehicle. And he shows me his gun. So I got off the vehicle and I was very much wanted to run. You have no idea how much I wanted to run, but I couldn't run in those shoes. And I remember seeing a church on my left-hand side. And then I was praying to God. It was a Catholic church. It was a Virgen de San Juan church. I remember that. I can see it from the area I was at. And that area, I will never forget. The church, the area I was at, that's when he put me in the trunk. Then he was driving me to the border.
Operate in a direction that is a little bit more logical.
And that's where the controlling, and that's where he was, no, and now I own you.
To say, and I'll say it again, America has to get better at fixing a broken system.
Mm-hmm.
In ways of direct communication with legislators and having human trafficking, child abuse, violence, child sex crimes, pedophilia, rape, domestic violence, a priority of the legislators. And until it happens to a member of the government, we can only create a sense of urgency for them by staying in their face.
TTP.
We're back and we are talking with Funkalious, and we are talking about helping people together. We're talking about compassion. We're talking about inspiring the world through music therapy. And I can hear your mic.
Okay.
Yeah. So Freddie.
Then Hashmark G4RR885.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Tell him to mute his mic.
Sorry.
Mute his mic.
You guys can hear me?
I can hear you, Fred.
Oh, sorry about that. No, I was trying to help D get on live with us.
Oh, Dee's coming on. That's awesome. And I appreciate the Funkalious band time. We're talking about helping people together. We're explaining to the world that us artists are encouraging music therapy. Can you tell me a little bit about how you bring an audience to life?
So go ahead while I'm trying to help D. Go ahead. Did I mute it? Was it muted? Or was it still just talking? Okay.
Mute that. Well, from our start to finish, we make sure that the sound and the frequencies are at a certain level that people can resonate with as soon as we hit the stage. So it's like soon as that first beat hit, people are yelling and already excited to see the show, you know. Funk was made at a certain frequency to help stimulate people's happiness inside of them, and to help people during hard times in the 60s and the 70s, and it just went on into the 80s, and it kind of changed itself a little bit, but it kind of stayed that same frequency throughout the time and out the history till now. And pretty much, once Funkalicious, like I said, once we hit that first chord, the crowd is up, yelling, dancing, waiting for us to sing. Soon as we start singing and dances, everybody's doing the dances with us. We're gonna start a TikTok trend pretty soon because two of our songs have dances that a lot of people say, "How you do that dance?" So we got to put it on TikTok so everybody can
You're already
get.
on TikTok. I put you on TikTok all week.
Yeah, so we got to put our dance on there so then people can follow along with the dance. But yeah, from start to finish, people are up dancing. And to be honest, when we get off the stage, like people still want us to be on stage and give them more because our energy was just so bright and really enjoying and inviting that. It made them happy. They like, come on, we want more. And sometimes we give them more, and then sometimes we can't, and we feel bad on that part when we can't. But yeah, we try to keep the level of the frequency and the energy high for people, so they can leave that day and be like, man, I had a great time. Funkalicious had my mood into a good vibe. So I would say great vibe. So yeah.
Absolutely. And Chocolate Q, can you tell me when a performance, when you've toured, and I know you've toured globally, has not gone as planned?
That happens all the time. Sometimes people tend to when you see artists, basically, you watch a show. A lot of people don't know what goes behind the scenes, what's really going on, and a lot of times when you do shows, sometimes the artist can be tired. Basically, touring is very hard work, and it's sometimes it can. I mean, there's times where I hate to say it, but it's times where I get on that stage and I feel like I have no energy, basically. But when that downbeat hits and the music starts going,
We lost you. We lost you, Unc. We can't
Yeah.
hear.
And so Shelburne, yeah, I know what Chocolate Q is saying. It doesn't go as planned. And then to have to tour with equipment and fly that equipment and make sure it gets there on time, and the
yes,
TSA is patting you down, and you're trying to stay low on the radar, and you got to make sure the sound equipment doesn't break, and if you have to fly it there, it's even more of a coordination. uh,
yes,
have you toured around or stopped touring around the country because of what the new compliance and airline regulations are?
well, the new rules. I mean, basically, um, since 911, I mean, things really changed. Um, Now you got to pay. I guess anything above uh, 50 pounds now, you gotta pay extra for it. Um, those I have a pedal board that's like I think it's just a little under um, 50 pounds, basically. But at this point, um, they used to let us take our guitars and stuff in it. Long as it's in a gig bag, they'll let us take it on a plane. Now that's becoming a problem because now they want to check your guitars, basically. So you got to check them in. Then they want to do an inspection to make sure there's nothing in there, basically. And a lot of times, I the last time I traveled, basically, I had problems with letting me take the guitar on the plane. And what I had to do was basically check it in when I got to the gate. They had to physically walk the guitar and put in I guess one of the pilots, the co-pilot or the pilots, they have a closet. So they had to walk it in
Hmm.
and put it in the closet, basically. I mean, that was the best way of securing my instrument, because a lot of times, I don't know if you guys look out the window or watch these guys when they load the plane.
They're
A
throwing
lot of
our
times,
equipment.
they would throw things on a conveyor belt. Basically, you can't
Yeah.
do that with a guitar or a keyboard. You just can't. You can't do that. You can have um, ATA cases, which is made for that. But
Yeah,
by the time you get to the gig and you take
it's
that
all out
guitar
of
out,
tune.
it's totally out of whack. I mean, now you got to adjust the neck again. You got to doing intonation and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of times, I have had problems where one of my guitars got slammed on a conveyor belt and got to the gig. I couldn't play it. It took me 2 hours to try to get it playable, and it just didn't. I couldn't use it.
And
So
you can't stay low on the radar with that. So then you got
right,
the paparazzi. I remember one time when I was flying low on the radar. Thank goodness it was during COVID for a TV show, and I didn't want anybody to know who I was. And I'm sitting in the airport with the mask on, going, "You don't know who I am. You don't know what I'm doing." Have you ever gone through an airport and then had to get away from somebody?
Well,
yeah,
our motto is, it's not, paparazzi can be a good thing, or it can be a bad. It doesn't even matter nowadays because they have face recognition. Everybody have them on their cell phone, and so there've been times walking through the airport, and people are like, I know who you are. I'm like, you don't know who I am. Yes, I do. You're Freddie Sweet of Funkalious. I was like, okay. So then they asked for an autograph. We haven't. We had the paparazzi thing has not become a problem yet. They've been really nice to us. They have. They have been really, really kind to us because of how we present ourselves. We're not mean to people. They'll come up to us and ask us, "Can we take a picture of you?" I'm like, "Sure." You guys want to get in a You know what? You'll let us in a picture? Yeah. Yeah. So Arsenio told us long time ago, me and Jerry, long time ago, people like that would tell us, "It's how you start, is how you finish." He said,
yes,
that's why I can walk around and people walk up to me and say, "Hey, Arsenio, how you doing?" He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" Because that's how he started. He said, if you start like that, you guys will always have, people that want to come up to you and say things. Now, we haven't gotten to the danger part yet, but we have been around some Looney Tunes that ask you for your equipment or can they have your glasses. It's kind of funny when that happens, and then you have to be clever how protect yourself for that. So, but other than that, I know I haven't. I don't know if anybody else. The paparazzi has been really cool to us.
well, for me, I I um I model myself after Magic Johnson. I met Magic Johnson once, and um, he's a beautiful man. I mean, the way he handles people coming up to him, I never see him get angry.
No,
He always have a big smile on his face, and to me, that's the way I feel entertainers and celebrities should be. I mean, we shouldn't be upset if somebody want to take a picture of us or just want to talk to us, basically. And you got to think about it. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be who we are, basically.
exactly.
So um, I when people approach me, I just try to be very loving, basically. You know, I mean, there's times I gave people a hug and they don't expect that. Oh, you know, how you doing, my brother? You know, or you know, I love you. You know, God love you, and you got to let people know that there's still love in his world, basically. I mean, among all this chaos, you got to let people know there's love, and that's what the band is about too. It's we love each other, and we love to get on that stage and just have fun, basically, and we like to share that with everyone who's around us, basically.
Yes, and absolutely and definitely. And you mentioned this is a world that's different and people are suffering through pain. I think this is a good time to play Have a Nice Day.
Well, that's perfect.
Yes.
And we got to.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yesterday I was watching the news. Negative things I seen made me blue. Promised myself I walk on a style. No matter what, I'd wear a smile. Got laid off from my last job. I just nodded my head and I will smile. Got outside, my car wouldn't start. Called AAA, they was Johnny on the spot. He wasn't on demand with a kind face. Fixed the problem right away. He had a familiar about his way, and the last word I heard him say, have a nice day, things don't go your way. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Hope's on his way. Hope is on his way. Yes, it is. Have a nice day when things don't go your way. When things don't seem to go your way. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Got a call from a friend of mine today. Said he need to talk to me right away. Said they were losing their house. Mortgage was late, can't seem to find his way out. Times are hard, we all feel the crunch. Believe from the bottom there's no way but up. Gas and food has gone sky high. Crime and violence is on the rise. What must we do to survive? Keep your head to the sky. And to those who really don't know, happiness comes within your soul. Have a nice day when things don't go your way. When things don't seem to go your way. Have a nice day. Hope's on his way. Hope is on his way. So hold on. Have a nice day when things don't go your way. When things don't seem to go your way. Have a nice day. Hope's on his way. Hope is on his way. So way. Have a nice day when things don't go your way. When things don't seem to go your way. Have a nice day. Hope's on his way. Hope's on his way. So have a nice day. Have a nice day when things don't go your way. When things seem so bleak and unreachable. Have a nice day. Hope's on his way. Have a nice day.
What a good message on ExRaged No Justice. Have a nice day. Can you tell me who's singing those vocals? Is that you, Freddie?
Yes. Yes, that's me. I wanted to tell you a quick story about this song. When we first wrote this song, me, Jerry, and Jesse had started writing the song, and we was fortunate. Jerry, mom, and dad owned the property next to them, and they allowed us to put our recording studio and our rehearsal hall in this house. And so we were like, we were approached by Henry from Rolls Royce. We went and met with him, and Henry had asked us, "Did you guys have any original songs?" And we looked at each other like, "No." He said, "You guys are wasting your time."
Oh my goodness.
A week later, we went and we put the studio in the house. So me and Jesse and Jerry started writing Have a Nice Day. We came up with the hook. and we started writing a song, and Have a Nice Day. We knew, okay, it could be something special. What happened was we started doing the music in the studio, and me and Jesse had sit and wrote the lyrics, and I sung it. Jerry played, and Jerry had left. He had to go do something, and we sit and I was singing a song, but the whole time I was singing the song, I was not feeling it. I was not, but I didn't say anything. So it was, in a sense, it was a blessing. God shut the computer down. This was a $6,000 computer with $10,000 worth of programs in it, and when it shut off, it automatically backed itself up. But for some reason, this song "Have a Day" did not back up. We searched through the computer, and I'm not going to make it really long, but it didn't come back up. And so Jerry had walked in the studio. He said, "What's going on?" And Jesse was panicking because he was engineering at the time, and he thought he had did something wrong. And I said, "I'm not feeling it." And Jerry said, "Well, you know what? Maybe God wants us to do it right, do it over." And we did. I said, "Well, let me go home, and I'm gonna go through it." And the next day we came back and we re-recorded the song, and we knew it was from God because.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Praise God. And yeah, I always pray before broadcast, and it doesn't always go as planned. As Chocolate Q and I were talking earlier about that.
Yeah,
And
we
yeah.
always pray before show. We always pray because, I've been on stage with people and they just walk out on stage, and I was like, how can you just walk out? I'm saying to myself about them, how can you just walk out? You don't even say a prayer or something, and everything will go right. But to make a long story in this story, when we first did this song, we did it at the Universal City concert series, summer concert series.
Oh, wow.
When we played this song, people were boo-hooing in the audience. People were crying. You couldn't hear a pin drop. And we were like, what did we just do? So one of our friends that's a professional bass player, he was standing there crying. And he said, I just went through some major stuff. He said, I just want to tell you guys, that song is a smash hit. That is my favorite song. I want to thank, he said, I want to thank you guys for writing that song. You guys made my day. And so we knew that song, we were told by the producers of the X Factor when we were leaving, they told us that song right there, we were walking through the tunnel because we didn't make the show. We were walking through the tunnel, and the guy said to us, that song is a smash hit. This is the producer of the X Factor, the television show.
I can see why. It's so inspiring, and it's very rare these days where you are inspiring the world because controversy sells, and we got these artists out there that are sending mixed messages that are confusing, and your songs are just so upbeat and motivating. And how do you create the content in the lyrics and then compose it as a band? What goes into that?
Well, we have a motto. We, as teenagers, we were jokesters. We loved to crack jokes and just have fun.
We have Autumn joining us, not to cut you off. Hi, Autumn.
Hi.
All right.
I'm trying to get my phone right.
Welcome to ExRaged No Justice.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Autumn? Autumn, her nickname is Pretty Bass Doll. She's our bass player.
I'm Kimberlicious. It's nice to meet you.
Hi. Cash, I'm trying to get this phone right.
There it is.
Is it right?
You're live. You're live. Hello, Autumn.
Hi.
What's your special powers and character?
I'm a.
Oh, we lost Autumn. Maybe you can fill that gap, Freddie, for us.
She'll probably still get it. But
Yeah.
but yeah, we about having fun. We like to crack jokes. We just love to make people happy. You know, that's the defining thing that we are, because we were given a lot of advice by legendary entertainers. You know, some are here and most of them are gone. And they always said to have fun. No matter what you do, have fun. You know, Roger was one of our biggest supporters. Roger told us, when you guys hit that stage, you set it on fire. When you leave the stage, you leave it smoldering. So that's our motto. We we want people to remember us, even little kids, because we did a show one time for my youngest daughter's school,
Yeah.
and 90% of those kids never seen a funk band or a band, period, live band. They lost their mind. They absolutely, when we started playing and the parents was dancing, next thing we know, the kids rushed the stage, Kimberly.
That is so cool that you have that audience and you're trying to incorporate the child audience versus the adult audience. Is there a time where you performed? And I know you mentioned Arsenio Hall earlier, but is there a time you performed where you had to live up to like a celebrity expectation?
No, and
Yes.
you know, well, in a sense, yeah, we that because when you are you're not known yet, either if you don't come and bring it and bring the best show, they're gonna talk about you. You know, they're gonna talk about you. But yeah, in like in a sense, like Jerry said, yeah, because people expect us, you know, and who we work with to actually come kick behind and take names. But that's our motto. We do what we do best for us, and that's what keeps us grounded. But we have some incredible. I love everybody in this band. We have some incredible musicians. We're blessed to have musicians that have a good heart, you know, and love to have fun. And with their musicianship, you know, it makes us a triple threat, because that's our motto. You know, our motto is, you know, we don't take no prisoners, but it's nothing personal. But it's personal for us to maintain where we need to be.
Let's talk about the C2 awards. What's going on with that?
Well, Shelly, you want to talk about it?
Well, the C2 Awards is coming up December, I believe, 16th,
Yes.
16th, right there. Yeah, C2 Awards is December 16th. We're nominated for what
Best video.
band, best video,
Best
and
video?
then my dad, I believe, is yeah, best male artist,
Yes.
I believe. So
Wow. That's
yeah,
keep
and
it
it's streaming
hot.
live. It's being streamed live on Tubi. So this year C2 Awards is really a big thing because we're being live streamed on Tubi. So we'll be around the world streamed basically.
That's fabulous. And you are being streamed right now. So let's tell the audience how they vote for you and how you win.
You just go to C2 TV on Instagram and you just cast your vote on there. And that's it.
Yeah,
That's
we
C2
sending everybody
awards.
to the C2 Awards. It's even on our Facebook page. We're on there. We're on Instagram. We so they can go, if they go there. They have to go through the process of when they push the button, it'll open up the different genres, and then you go to Funkalicious. You'll see Funkalicious in there, and you push Funkalicious, and each vote is $1. So we're trying to get people to go on there and vote as much as they possibly can, because
for the best bands.
Yes, and the thing about it is, we're like there's one other band they're not in the same category as us, but there's only one other band. Everybody else are, rappers or, solo singers or what else. But there's only two bands on the show.
That is fabulous. And we have to go on and vote for Funkalicious, and definitely so that they can be the best global video and best global artist. Tell me a little bit about upcoming projects. Can you talk about your upcoming projects?
Okay, you guys go ahead and talk about it. Talk about amongst yourselves. I got to take a break real quick. Okay, excuse me.
Oh, you want me to talk about it?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. We might have a Jazz Fest in New Orleans gig coming up.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a huge event. It's a 2-week event, and there's a lot of good acts there. A lot of known top acts, as well as other acts that's up and coming that's going to be there. So it's going to be a big deal type thing.
That is amazing. I'm excited about that. When is this event?
It's the last month. It's good for 2 weeks. It's the last week of April to the first week of May, I believe. I think. I'm gonna have to check again and see. I forgot.
Yes, absolutely. And if our audience wants to go, DM me and I'll get to Funkalicious for you so you can get tickets when they open up their box office. And if you want to DM me on voting, I will definitely give you the instructions. That's exciting stuff. And I heard, Freddie, a story yesterday. Do you want to tell it?
A story?
Yeah, about the balloons.
I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
Do you want to tell a story about the balloons yesterday?
Oh my God! Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Does your band know about this story?
No, they don't know about it. Kimberly's sister passed away a while ago, and they were very close. The day before yesterday, it rained. I found 2 balloons at the bottom of the vines in the front yard, and I was like, that's kind of strange. And Lauren Samantha was like, yeah, that is kind of weird. So I was gonna pop them, and something told me not to. So I put them in an empty trash can. And later that night, I went out to turn the lights off on the patio, and it was 4 balloons down the walkway. 2 balloons said happy birthday. 2 balloons, 2 of the balloons said happy birthday, and there was 2 blue balloons. And I got them and I put them together. So I was like, that's kind of strange. They were in a line. They were laying on they still have helium in them, but they were laying down on the walkway. And so I got them and I put them together. And so something told me to take pictures of it. Kimberly's birthday, something told me that to ask her, what's your favorite color? And she said blue. I said, you're not going to believe what I'm getting ready to show you. So I sent her a picture. There were 2 balloons, 2 blue balloons. There was 1 white balloon, and the other 2 said happy birthday. And right away, I said, oh my God, Kimberly, this is from your sister from heaven.
4 a.m. The balloons appeared, right?
Yes. Out of nowhere. And normally when it rains, the helium in the balloons, they don't really travel. And I was like, wow. I was just saying to myself, this gotta be from heaven. It gotta.
I had no idea it was my birthday yesterday. I didn't tell him I'm humble, and then we talked about it yesterday before the show. So it was Freddie says it's a sign from heaven.
Right. Your sister was saying happy birthday, like thank you and happy birthday. Like I'm okay.
Yes.
Absolutely and definitely. So let's inspire the world. If you were to give your band's inspirational quote, each one of you, I want you to take a turn. Let's tell our audience right now a quote or a words of wisdom. We can start with Autumn.
Words, words of wisdom. If you like real funk, the real deal funk, come out and check us out. If you like to have fun, you like to dance, you like to shake your butt, come out.
Chocolate Q.
Are you
Wisdom.
sleeping?
No, I'm not asleep. I'm in deep thought, basically.
So you was in deep thoughts. You was reading. You was
Yeah, I'm
checking
in deep
eyelids
thought.
for crack.
I feel that this is my. I think just once a day, when we meet a stranger, we should just say hello to them, basically. Just just say hello, and sometimes just ask them how are they doing today, basically. And I think just asking somebody how are they doing, I think a lot of times,
Oh,
um,
gee.
you never know. You never know what that person's going through.
Welcome in live, ExRaged No Justice D. We're cutting off Chocolate Q, who's giving us words of wisdom right now. I'm Kimberlicious. I'm the host, and we're talking about Funkalicious and the band. We're talking about a quote or in words of wisdom right now. Continue, Chocolate Q.
I mean, basically, you see a stranger, just say hello and how are you doing? Basically, just ask them how's their day, basically, and just show them love. I mean, sometimes you never know. That one smile you give them might make their day.
I definitely agree. And I've been plugged into the world on mental health issues. We have to make people smile and laugh. We never know what they're going through. Shelly, tell me a quote or words of wisdom for our audience, please.
Well, like I said, I just don't sing in the band. I also do sound baths. So I do a meditation every Monday at a lounge, and my Instagram is Tapped In Vibes, and so we try to help people tap into their inner self. So my words of wisdom is only you can prevent bad vibes. So basically, find things in life that can keep your vibe up and your happiness up and your frequency up, and do those things that bring you joy, like music does, and sound, and how it heals the soul, and how it vibrationally hits the heart and the mind and our body and helps us heal. So only you can prevent bad vibes.
Great, amazing. D, welcome. I heard you're the lead singer of Funkalicious. Is that true?
Yeah, some of that may be true. Yeah. Yeah, they tend to joke a lot, but yeah, some of that's true. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for coming on our show, ExRaged No Justice. Freddie and I go way back. And Freddie hears me. He prays with me often. We mentor each other. There's plenty of things going on in the world. Can you tell me a little bit about what inspires your music and your energy on stage?
Well, first of all, I would like to say sorry for the late join in. But Funkalicious is a creativity of who we are. You know our image, the woman, right? with all of her power and with all of her array of colors. You know, I was just thinking about the image in what we have, right? And it radiates so much definition as for a woman, right? But what I was thinking about just morning when I was looking at the picture in itself, right, of all its beauty and all of its power and that it has, when it's just saying it's just simple as if you look at it, it's just a simple picture. But in actuality, it actually means what Funkalious is, right? So Funkalious is all this beautiful creativity within itself, but it actually expresses what and how we feel about women, right? Not the natural part of a woman, but the actual respect of a woman and all that she has to offer, and that we all come from her, and she make us all. And in that picture, it makes more of an expression of how powerful she is and all of her radiance and all of her beauty. And I think we get our energy and our soul from her. And so that's why she is our image, because all that she has to offer and all that she says is who we are, even being men, right? And being expressive of what we are. So Funkalious is everything that's funk about the emblem in which we use on our album, which is the woman, right? And so that says it for me, and I believe for all of us. So when you look at us, we have all of that energy that she expresses and all that we uphold and respect for Funkalious as a band and the group.
Yes. And I could ask you if women or men are equal, but I've already said too much on this show in my commercial. What is your favorite song, Dee, that you sing?
Well, I would almost have to say all of them, but I have grown accustomed to but quite a few of the songs, you know. So it depends on what we're for, but you know, I have a tendency to fall for just too funkalicious for you, because it has a way of expression. Um, you know, it allows so much expression in that song, you know, and so yeah. So, but I would have to say all of them, but for right now, just too funkalicious is for me right now, but. For right now, you know, we also have a hot song, which is "Keep It Hot," and all the other ones, you know, that are just as great as that one. But for that one, it's more expressive for me.
Yes, we listened to Keep It Hot in the intro and we re-rolled it. And when I was telling Freddie and Shelly earlier that when I think about Keep It Hot, I think about sexy, hot people. But what goes into motivating your band? And any of you can answer this. What goes into motivating yourselves when the audience may not be so motivating?
I would
Um,
say our clothing, us going out to find the funkiest clothes that you can find that nobody has seen before. To me, that's my motivation. It's going out and finding my outfits that complement our music. That's one of my motivations.
Yes, and we talked about costuming, and I know Freddie makes his own costumes, and I love these hats and these sunglasses. And how do you put it together, Shelly?
Can you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry.
How do you put it together? How do you put the outfits together and the costumes together and know what's going to look good on stage?
It takes a lot of hours. My significant other, he helps me out with the decision, the last decision making. Hey, does this look right with this? You know, but the color coordination and the funkiness has to combine, and it's a whole vibe that complements the music. So yeah, it's a process. Also too, we send out and see what everybody else is wearing as far as colors, so we don't clash color wise, you know. So we look more like a rainbow instead of, everybody has the same colors on. Try to keep it different for each band member.
How do you chocolate? Or Q rather. Pardon me. How do you coordinate all these? Like, they don't fall on their face when they're roller skating around the stage and stuff. How does that go?
Well, I mean, it's all about organization. I mean, we got to make sure that
We lost him again.
Well,
Freddie.
I can talk about the roller skating because me, D roller skate, I roller skate, Teddy Bear roller skate, and Dr. Q. That's actually how we met. We met Dr. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. We met in high school, but we were avid roller skaters. Even still to this day, we still roller skate. Seriously, but
Absolutely. And I know it takes a lot of practice. When I was in a movie once, I had to ice skate in the scene. And I'm sitting there going, I'm freezing. I'm going to fall on my face. I don't want to do more than one take for this. I just want to get it over with. And it takes a lot to coordinate as a band as you're roller skating around the stage, and you have lighting and you don't want to run into the lighting. And it's a lot. Most people don't realize that.
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
practice
it is.
roller skating?
Yes, and we actually, because we've been roller skating for so long, it's an interesting story. I went I made Q and JC a promise. I said when I get off the road and we start our own band, we gonna come back and get you. And so what happened was we had already been going on for a while, but when we changed our costumes, when we started wearing costumes, we were like, we need another element to add to the show. And so it was a blessing from God because I called Teddy Bear, which his real name is Jesse, and I called him and I told him, you need to find JC and Q. And so he said, okay, I'm gonna go. And so we're on the phone, and as he's driving, he said, wait a minute. He said, Fred, hold on a second. So I hear him talking to somebody, and he comes back to the phone. He said, oh my God, you're not gonna believe who I just seen at the bus stop. I said, who? He said, Q. I said, you gotta be kidding me. He said, no. While we're talking about him, he's standing at the bus stop. And so he was on his way to work, and Jesse said, look, we want to pull you in the band. And he said, oh my God. Sorry about that.
Okay, so we have a dog visitor. What's your dog's name?
His name is Sammy. No, he's a big dog. He talks too much, so I had to put him outside. So to make a long story short, and then we called him, and then we told him we rehearsed him in 2 days. He came, and then he went and got JC. He said JC, and we got JC, got both of them. We started the routines to incorporate the roller skaters, and the rest is history.
Awesome. Great story, Freddie. And can you tell me what you're thankful for in honor of Thanksgiving before we wrap?
Well, I'm always going to thank God first, because without God, we are absolutely nothing. So I'm thankful for God giving me life, giving me good friends and family, and that's it for me.
I'm thankful for having Funkalious on air for an hour and 20 minutes. And before we wrap, Autumn, would you like to chime in on what you're thankful for?
I'm thankful for the good Lord letting me see every single day that I see. I'm thankful that all of my family are alive and in good health. It's a million things I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for this gift of playing bass. It's just, I could just go on and on But I'm really thankful for everything, though. Everything.
And Chocolate Q, do you want to chime in here?
Yeah, I'm thankful for my family and friends, and thankful for just waking up in the morning every day. I'm thankful being in my right mind, and my health is good. I'm just thankful for everything. I mean, it's something that we take it granted, but um, you really think about it, it's a lot of things that I'm thankful for. Just being here, able to talk to you on your show. I mean, I'm thankful for that. So, I I just wish all the blessings, and basically I hope that you have a wonderful holiday, and God bless you.
God bless you as well. And Dee?
Well, I'm thankful for life in itself. That's what I'm thankful for. Being able to just breathe. You know, we wasn't a year ago. We was even afraid to even breathe in the same air in the same space. You know, so just being grateful for life and being able to share my life, continuing with you and all of my brothers and sisters in Funkalicious and the Funkalicious family out there. You know, we're able to be in our company and enjoy that. You know, to really appreciate just life in itself, being able to breathe God's life. You know, and that's what I'm grateful for. There would nothing be better than that in my life for the rest of my life because of being able to do that now. You know, it was not too long ago we weren't even able to be in the same space, wondering if we're going to catch something that's going to be harmful for us. So that's what I'm grateful for every day.
And Shelly, I could ask you to sing on air and put you a cappella, but what are you thankful for?
I'm just thankful to be able to get up in the morning and breathe and be able to see my family every morning, and able to share the gifts that God has blessed me with, and understanding music to share music with others. So, yeah, just thankful I'm able to, share love with others.
Absolutely. And I appreciate your time. I have you 20 minutes over. I appreciate everything. We didn't talk about touring with Amy Winehouse, Freddie, but we'll get to it on the next show. Anything we haven't covered, Freddie?
No, we covered everything. We just want to make sure that everybody go to the C2 Awards website and vote for Funkalicious. Go to Best Male Artist and Best Video, and cast your vote. And cast your vote as many times as you got dollars.
Absolutely. And
Right.
we have record views for the show of any other show. So that should make you feel good. And we will be globally live on ExRaged No Justice at Kimberly, ACF, Tropani.com. We're on every digital platform, and you can definitely share the link. And Funkalicious, you're amazing. I love you, and I thank you for your time, and be safe during the holiday.
Likewise, we love you too, Kimberly.
Thank you. We love you too.
Yeah, it was nice being on the air.
Thank you so much for your time. Be safe.
You too, Shelly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,